Hi there, Deadeye Delboy here, back with another video. This time it's going to be having a look at Daily Race C from this week at Fuji in Group 2. And it's going to be looking at when a lobby turns toxic and the reasons why that happens and just the carnage that it causes. It's one of these ones, you just have to see it to believe it. I couldn't quite believe what I was watching when I looked back at the replay. So yeah, I decided I need to make a video from this and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Now just before we get into the action, just a quick thank you to say, huge thank you to everybody who joined in on the live stream yesterday. It meant so much to me. It was, yeah, the support was quite overwhelming, and I just want to thank everybody who has helped the channel grow over the past few months. It's more than I can put into words, but yeah, hopefully we can keep growing and keep making videos and live streams, and yeah, who knows what can happen, but we'll see. But anyway, let's jump into the action. So here we are, about to get underway. It's Daily Race C, Group 2 at Fuji, as I said. Now, this was one of the early morning lobbies in the US, on my US account, and judging from this start, I think a few people hadn't quite worked out where the braking points were, so that gave us, you know, a nice little gap there to the cars behind, which was fine. The reason I jumped onto the US account was that I hadn't had any time to run a practice lap, hadn't been on this account for a while, so I thought, kill two birds with one stone, use this as a bit of a practice. I knew I was going to be streaming later on that day, and you can see up ahead, look at this chaos. Oh, it's absolute carnage there. 3 cars going into that left-hander, and yeah, there's only there's one victim and one person penalised. 5 seconds for it. But yeah, as I was saying, we jumped into this because I hadn't been on this account for a while. I wanted to see what these lobbies were like early morning in the US. So see on the right hand side there, the Canadian then going off. We're going to have a look at that Canadian driver BUTTERCUP in a little bit of depth, so stay tuned, you're going to want to see this. So yeah, I thought I'll jump onto my US account, we'll see what's happening over there in the North American side of things, and yeah, I didn't even expect to have to make a video, so we're using the replay footage here as somebody else gets killed. I think it was the driver with the 5-second penalty killing somebody else, but escaping a penalty for it. So yeah, the standard of driving wasn't great, but it was really a warm-up as I was going to be streaming later on in the day, so I wanted to make sure I kind of had half an idea about strategy, etc. before we embarrassed ourselves in front of some viewers. You can see on the right hand side somebody else dying there. There's a lot of potential glitch curbs on this track, so you know, it's one of these ones, if you just step on the power on the wrong bit of curb, it can just get away from you a little bit. But we're already up to 4th in what was a highly eventful opening lap. We've got one of the few drivers I've seen using anything other than the GTR, who's in the Lexus behind us and putting a little bit of pressure on us, but we've survived the first lap, and that was all I wanted to do, racing from the back of the grid in this particular lobby. So mission 1 has been accomplished as far as I'm concerned. We've got one obviously car in front immediately, the other 2 have sailed off into the distance. And at this point I also didn't realise if, you know, people would be on different strategies. I just went onto the mediums to do a no stopper. So I'm not sure if people in front of me are doing, you know, a pit stop, they're on soft, so that wasn't really the purpose. I just wanted a good solid race, try and find my pace, you know, keep the car on the track, all that kind of thing before we entered the serious stuff later on in the day. Now if we skip forward to the beginning of lap number 6, you can see Ether is still maintaining a reasonable gap in front of me. I think he was on the soft tyres and I was on the medium, so that gave him the advantage there. But we're going to just try and stay with him as much as we possibly can. We've got, you know, a massive gap to the car behind, so there's no pressure on us there. And yeah, we can basically try and see if we can get a podium out of this one if possible. So I'm just going to try and be consistent, and you can see Ether there sticking a couple of tyres on the grass. The game's going to think he's cheated and give him a half-second penalty for his trouble, and he is going to bin it with those dirty tyres, just getting the power down a bit quick. And he unfortunately rage quit off of the back of that. So skipping forward to lap 8, now that was pretty much the drama over for my race in particular, apart from this one scary moment when I just stepped on the power a little bit too aggressively and almost binned it there across the grass. Managed to save it. We've not lost a position. We obviously lost a bit of time to the cars in front, which probably cost us a chance of fighting for second place, but you know, could have been a lot worse. We saved ourselves and we lived to fight another day. So skipping forward to the end of the last lap, going down the straight, now we're going to finish in P3, so I was happy with the podium. You're going to see somebody's just given up completely there. Got a penalty and just decided his race was over. But what you might be asking now is, where is this toxic behaviour that you were alluding to in the trailer? Well, strap yourselves in, buckle up, we're about to get dirty. Okay, so lap 1, we've seen somebody getting the 5-second penalty in front of us, so now let's just look at the incident that caused that. Now, whether that was intentional or not, he smashes into the back of the US driver and then finishes the job off by spinning him round and killing him, and he gets a 5-second penalty. So that one, in my view, absolutely fine, no problems getting a 5-second penalty for that. So coming to the end of lap 1, you can see here, going to shove off the fellow Lexus there, and he's going to just drive into the side and spin out the American in the GTR there. And I don't know why, but no more penalties were given there. He just serves the original 5-second penalty, which I felt he was very fortunate there. But here we are with the main protagonist in the whole toxicity. Moorman, yeah, it's an aggressive move there, but he backs off and kind of gives him space. Buttercup tries to just run him off the track, fails to do it, and then plants the foot and spins out himself. Now, he just compounds the misery there and struggles to get the car back facing the right way. Eventually, the car is reset. So skipping forward now, staying with Buttercup, he's going to be in the pack again. Now, I don't know what I mean, that guy, I don't know what he was doing. He sort of sends it. I don't know if he just didn't know where to brake, but he picked up a 4-second penalty for his trouble here. Now, Buttercup looks like he's trying to stay out of things, and then another send, and this just sends him over the edge. You'll see here, he's not having it. Trying to send Slap DK to the Shadow Realm, but Slap DK manages to rejoin and returns the send to the Shadow Realm. It's just not going well for Buttercup at all, and he is now absolutely over boiling point. So heading down the main straight, Buttercup has managed to catch back up to Reiko, and they are going to go side by side, the GTR with the power there. A little bit of rubbing there. I think Buttercup is not going to be pleased with that, and he's going to try and send Reiko to the Shadow Realm. Yep, he's just going to try and shove him off as far as he can, but almost kills himself in the process. I think he actually needs to try and improve his dirty driving skills, because most of his attempted murders don't seem to be quite coming off at the moment. So yeah, he's got room for improvement, and you can see why, because he tries to absolutely send it there, completely misses it, and probably makes a good entry into Idiots of the Week for that particular move. He then catches back up to the pack somewhat, going into Sector 3, and he's not happy with this guy who's giving him a little bit of a rub, and he'll just send him off as well. But again, fails to connect properly, and you know, he comes back, but he's just going to finish the job off properly there. So he successfully manages to kill at least one driver. But what was that, about his 4th murder attempt? So by the end of lap 9, Buttercup had once again caught up to slain E. Now these two had obviously had a little bit of previous when Buttercup sent him to the realm, and we're going to see Slain E breaks early. What's he going to do? He's going to try and kill Buttercup, but the ghosting system works to perfection this time, and fortunately Slain E's murder attempt is incomplete. So Buttercup is now catching up to the two Lexus in front of him. Now just keep your eye on these two guys, because they're going to get involved in, well, I don't even have words for this. Watch this. I mean, absolutely insane behaviour. Now that incident between the two Lexus stemmed from this moment when coming down into turn 1. I don't know if he just missed his braking point or whatever, but he hits him, almost sends him off. He's going to pick up a 4-second penalty for his trouble. Now Madness Boss is not happy. Let's just jump on board with him. Now, despite the 4-second penalty, meaning he's going to get the place back, he wants to hand out some of his own justice, and he's going to run Reiko wide. Now, he probably doesn't know where Reiko is at this moment in time, and Reiko getting it all sorts of wrong. Worth jumping on board with Reiko just to see exactly what it looked like from his point of view. You can see Madness there, runs him off now, put to the floor. No idea where anyone is, but I'm going to try and kill somebody. And like I said, just gets it all sorts of wrong. So there we have it. That concludes this toxic lobby. So hopefully you don't drive like any of those guys. Hopefully you can control your emotions. If you do lose it, it's better to rage quit than to take out 3, 4, 5 people in a race. It's really not a good look for anybody. But that's it. That was what happened. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. If you want to see more content like this and live streams, etc., well, there's only one way to be finding out when it's happening. Hit that subscribe button. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for all the support as always on the channel, and I'll see you all on the next one. Goodbye.